Hey, what's going on? Tony Cress here. I want to talk to you guys about the Renegade Row with dumbbells. And one of the misconceptions with the Renegade Row is that it's an arm movement. And the way we do things here is it's not an arm movement, it's an anti-rotation movement. So what that means is you're going to resist the rotation that your body's trying to get you to do. So when we look at the Renegade Row, we want to look in terms of what's going on, not at the arm, but more at the hip when we row. So what I'm trying to do when I row is resist that turn of my hip. What happens, normally people grab weight that's too heavy for them, and they'll get in the Renegade Row stance, they'll get here, and all of a sudden that'll happen, right? And so if you look at my hips, there's a ton of rotation, right? Weight, yeah, of course the weight's easy, but I'm not doing the whole principle and the whole point of the exercise. I'm not getting that in. I'm actually now rotating, and if you look again, what happens is my line through my ankle, knee, hip, and shoulder now comes up, and now it's not a straight line. All right, so what generally is happening is people are using too much weight, and they're focusing more on the row than they are on what's going on at the hips and if we are keeping that anti-rotation stable. So, and another thing people do is they'll take one dumbbell and they'll put it to the side, then they'll put their hand on the ground, and then they'll grab here, right? So if I put my hand on the ground and have another hand up higher, so here, watch what my hips do. All right, if I'm here, and then I go here, what happened to my hips? It's not as big a deal, but my hips already started to rotate up. So that's kind of influencing and telling our body, hey, you know what, it's okay if you do that, when the whole point of the movement is to not do that. So putting your hand on the ground and then doing one arm at a time is, I don't want to call it a cheat because it's not a cheat, but it's actually influencing your movement pattern. So we don't want to get into the habit of that. So what we want to do is make sure we have two dumbbells, make sure we're lined up pretty evenly. And even if you can't do it with dumbbells without rotating your hip, lose the dumbbells, right? Because this by itself is a relatively hard movement. You have to brace the abs, you have to make sure the hips don't rotate, right? There's a lot to accomplish out of that before we move on to weight anyway. So when you do the Renegade Row, pay attention to what the hips are doing. Don't worry about the arm movement, don't worry about that weight, because all we're trying to do is stabilize here, right? That's it for today. Take that, do what you want with it. We'll talk to you later.